is called the 3 times crash. The first crash is going to be stocks and bonds, and that's the 401k and IRAs for many of the boomers. Number 2 is real estate. Home prices are dropping because interest rates are up. And number 3 is cash. When they print money, cash, the value of cash goes down. And my concern is there might be a run on the banks. People just want to get their cash out, or the banks may freeze your money. So these are very precarious times, and they're not normal, definitely not normal. So our guest today is longtime friend and a Rich Dad advisor. He's the author of this book here, Tax-Free Wealth: How to Build Massive Wealth by Permanently Lowering Your Taxes Without Cheating. You could put legally here, because a lot of times we talk about how can you do it illegally, but it's best to do it legally because you don't want to go to I definitely don't want to go to jail and become, somebody's hula dancer. And those other characters just blew the whole economy the world economy into this bubble. When just not that long ago, people were screaming, bidding up real estate prices, then they raise interest rates and real estate prices are crashing. So if you're one of these persons caught upside down, you bought the house for, let's say, $1 million, but it's only worth $500,000 today, you have some personal problems right now. And so that's why I would suggest April 6th, 7th, 8th, you come to the Rich Dad event in Scottsdale, Arizona. Find information on our website, but we can talk to guys like Tom. So Tom, give me an overview of what you think of the world economy today. Are we just going to keep, is real estate always the best investment?
Well, hard assets definitely are. Definitely, hard assets historically always have been the best investment. Real estate, precious metals, other hard assets. But
oil.
We're in such a time where people just don't know, right? The markets don't know what they want to do. People don't know what they want to do. People are spending still like there's no tomorrow. Literally spending like there's no tomorrow, and they're running up credit card debts. And you just wonder, how long can this go on? They've had so much money given to them by the federal government, and now, that's starting to run out. So what happens when it completely runs out? It's really a tough time, I think.
I was at one of the high-end restaurants here in Scottsdale, and my neighbor, Scott Shermer, and I was sitting there looking at the prices, and he and I have lots of money, and we were in shock. We said, I thought about going to eat at McDonald's or something, price of a bottle of wine was now $200. One hors d'oeuvre plate was $60. And when the place was packed, and Scott and I are rich, I said, I wanted to run, but these guys are just partying away like there's no tomorrow. So that's on credit. I'm sure some of them are credit cards. Some people are very rich here, but I tell you, these are not ordinary times. So what would you talk about? What can they get by coming personally to the Rich Dad event, April 6th, 7th, 8th?
Well, first of all, this is so unusual, Robert, for you to hold a 3-day event where you're there, the advisors are there, and there's magic. We've taught together all over, but to get the advisors there, and because we teach together, right, and to get us together like that's a pretty unusual situation. And there's some magic that happens when we're teaching together. There's no question about that. Plus, from my standpoint, I get to spend personal time. Anybody who's there, I'm not going anywhere during the breaks. I'm not going anywhere during lunch. I'm going to be there. And so we can have personal conversations, and having some personal conversations, whether it's me or whether it's, Kenny, or whether it's John, whoever that personal conversation is with, I think those are invaluable moments, frankly.
Yeah. And if you're one of these losers with a 401k, I'd definitely come, because boy, you need help right now. Because the stock market was blown into a bubble. This is a 3 times crash. Stocks and bonds, real estate, and then cash is going to go down because they keep printing more money. So the savers will be losers also. So right now is not a time to pretend you're, Warren Buffett or something. Even Warren Buffett just sent out a warning, saying that the CEOs and CFOs are lying. You can't say much more than that. So these are not ordinary times. You think, I'm just going to buy the dip and the prices will keep going up. My concern is we might slide into a depression. Right. All those little finer details that the average person doesn't know, or our schools will definitely not teach. And like I said, these are not ordinary times. I have never seen, when real estate prices, just a year or so ago, they were bidding the prices up every day. And I said, this is not going to last, but that's when all the suckers jump in. And, and lately I've been talking to people about buying silver. Like one guy goes, oh, well, the premium's too high. I'm going, yeah, but the price is still low. I was buying silver at 50 an ounce, and today it's about $32, $33 a coin with premiums. And oh, no, I'm going to wait for it to go. I'm going to wait for my house to go up. I think one of the most silly things people were doing was that, the house would appreciate, which it wasn't really because they're just pumping more money into the system. So they would go out on their credit cards, they pull out a home equity loan and pay off their credit card. I mean, I think those days are kind of over right now, right? When people getting unemployed and all this stuff, their tax base is dropping. So the government is going to lose their income, which pays for our debt, which is at all-time highs of, some people say it's about 32 trillion, but when you count unfunded off-balance sheet liabilities, it's like 250 trillion. And then, so if the government, the Treasury doesn't start collecting, IRS doesn't collecting more taxes, they can't pay the debt. And so that's why Biden, one of his first moves was to announce 87,000 new people working for the tax department in America. They're coming after you.
Small ebook, big impact, The Wealth Tree. The only 4 ways that will make you financially free forever. Download it here for free.